and welcome to another episode of Creatures of the Realm, episode 31. Before we start tonight, I'd like to say a few things. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central, episode 2 of End of the Line. Can't wait to see y'all there. Everything is going to be really cool. It is part of the D&D realm, and tomorrow, the two-shot. Normally we call it one-shots, but it's a two-part episode, and tomorrow's the last episode. Hopefully you'll join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, let's kick off the next episode of Creatures of the Realm. Tonight, we're doing the ever-loving, boring creature, another one, called the Atin, or the Atin. And you know what? It is what it is. Let's kick it off. The Atin is a foul, two-headed giant with the crude characteristics of an orc. It never bathes if it can help it, and its thick skin is usually encrusted with thick layer of dirt and grime beneath the stinking hides it wears. I have some water here. Its long, stringy hair hangs in the unkept mess with its faces. It's got two heads. And its breath reeks from mouth filled with crooked teeth and tusks. Dual personality. The twin heads of the Atin, are two individuals trapped in the same brutish body. Each head has its own mind, personality, name, possesses unique preferences and quirks. Bound from birth, both minds only rarely experience privacy or solitude. This familiarity breeds contempt, and the Atin bullies and argues with itself constantly. Its two heads each taking constant offense to the other's slights. Now just remember, you're arguing back and forth. You have this massive chaotic creature. Anyway, when other creatures refer to an Atin, they combine itself, doubles names to form a single compound name that applies to the creature as a whole. If the Atin has one head named Hargle and the other named Vargle, other creatures call the Atin Hargle-Vargle. Wow. That's beyond stupid, but yeah, okay. Solitary lives. As much as the Atin argues with itself, it is even less tolerant of other Atins, since a conversation between two Atins almost always amounts to shouting, match between a crowd of four belligerent heads. Most Atins are solidarity creatures, as a result, tolerating one another only to reproduce. Your twin heads are always the same gender, with the body to match. So if they're females, they're both two females. They're male, two males. Females are dominant gender among the races. They initiate the mating rituals. After finding a suitable den, a female hunts and conquers a male, which cares for and feeds during her 6 months pregnancy. Once a child is born, the male is released from servitude. When the child is old enough to hunt for itself, the mother sends it away and abandons the den. Two heads are better than one. Here we go. Let me look at my levels real quick, make sure everything's good. And here comes my cat, see it? Covering everything. The cat Charlie. Okay, two heads are better than one. When focused on mutually beneficial purpose or united by a common threat, an Atin can resolve its personality differences and dedicate itself fully to a task. An Atin fights with a weapon in each hand, making twin attacks directed by its respective heads. When it sleeps, one of the heads remains alert, gaining its only moments of privacy, keeping two eyes open for the creature that disturbs it, its solitude, its precious solitude. Orcish ties and ancient dialects in common. The word Atin translates as ugly giant. Legends of orcs that once stumbled upon a temple to the Demigorgon, the magic of which transformed them into giant mockeries of twin-headed prince of demons. These creatures scattered into the wilderness to become the first Atins. Whenever the truth of Atin's origins, orcs treat them as a distant cousin, and orc tribes often entice to serve as guards, scouts, and marauders. And Atin is particularly loyal to the orc handlers, but the orcs can win it over with the promise of food and loot. All right. That was a pretty cool creature, wasn't it? I know I said it was stupid earlier, but it got better. Let's take a look what we have here. We have armor class of 12. It's chaotic evil, natural armor, and it is, imagine two orcs, different color, blue and red, whatever. Tusks coming out of its mouth. Beady eyes, bushy eyebrows, long beard, long ears, elven-like ears, but earrings, pork belly, very, very strong, 6 feet, 7 feet tall, somewhere around that height. Carries a mace, a sword, a club with spikes, whatever. It has a belt full of skeletal faces, and stuff like that. So it's very, very ugly. And the other one looks like the other, but they're both male. And remember, if they're female, they're both female, and so forth. Any questions for me? Is there anybody watching right now? No, there isn't. But anyways, here we go. The main ability, strongest, is of course strength. Dexterity is very low. Constitution high. So you have your strength, your constitution. Intelligence, wisdom, charisma, dexterity. Nothing. I mean, they're very low. Skills, perception. Of course, you have 2 heads. Senses, dark vision 60 feet, passive perception 14. It knows giant, languages, and orcs. A challenge rate of 4, 1100 XPs. For those of you, that are using experience points. It has perception. It has advantage on perception. On wisdom, perception, whatever, checks. On saving throws against blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, stunned, all that stuff. Knocked unconscious. So it has an ability called wakeful. So if one head is asleep, the other is awake. So there's not going to be any time to do anything, because that's just the way it is. Actions. We're going to go over this briefly. It has 2 attacks. One with a battle axe and the other one with a morning star, or whatever weapon it decides to use. It has 2 attacks. +7 to hit. 5 feet of reach. 1 target. Hit 14, 2d8 +5, slashing damage. What does all this mean? Well, it's the game mechanics. It's all part of it. It's, you roll 20-sided. You get a +7. Whatever the target number is for the opponent. For example, it would be a party. Their armor class is 17. If they get a 20, which is a critical success, add your 7, it's 27. Either way, it's a massive attack. You hit whoever it is in the party. But it's just an example. You roll 20-sided, you add your modifier. You have to get higher than that armor class in order to hit. The Morning Star that he has Battle Axe +7, same thing, 2d8 +5. Nothing really major. So what makes him powerful is he's perceptive. You're not going to be able to hit him from behind. This creature is going to be awake. Period. One sleeps, the other one stays awake, or at least has one eye open, and it's going to pack a punch. Oh, thank you, Facebook. All right, here we go. Next up, the wonderful. That's it. Now we're going to go to the next creature. We're going to start at the F. Yay, F. We're going to start with the Fairy Dragon. There is a lot to cover on the Fairy Dragon. And F has 5 categories. You have the massive Fairy Dragon. You have the Flame Skull, the Flump, the Fomorian, and the Fungi. So you have that category of creatures. And we're going to go over the Fairy Dragon. Here we go. Kicking it off with the Fairy Dragon. All right. Fairy Dragon is a cat-sized dragon with butterfly wings. It wears a sharp-toothed grin and expresses its light by twitching of its tail. It fades only if attacked. So it will fade if you attack it. So it's an invisible trickster. The only warning the Fairy Dragon presence is a stifled giggle. The dragon stays out of sight, watching invisibility as its victims contend with its pranks. When it's done, the fun's done, the dragon might reveal itself depending on the disposition of the prey. So if you piss it off, it will continue to trick you or whatnot. A fairy dragon has a sharp mind, fondness of treasure and good company, and a puckish sense of humor. Travelers can play to a fairy dragon's draconic nature by offering a treasure in the form of sweets, baked goods, baubles in exchange for information or safe passage through its territory. Colors of age. Fairy dragon scales change hue as it ages, moving through the colors of the rainbow. All fairy dragons have innate spellcasting ability, gaining new spells as they mature. Hey, what's up on Twitch? What's up? All right. Here on Creatures of the Realm. Okay, here we go. We're talking about the fairy dragon, and we're talking about the many colors of age of the fairy dragon. And it is a trickster. Might be friendly, might not be friendly, depending on your disposition and so forth. Red, 5 years or less. Orange, 6 to 10 years. Yellow, 11 to 20. Green gets older, 21 to 30. Blue, 31 to 40. Indigo, 41 to 50. And then violet, 51 years or more. Not that if you're a traveler, you're going to remember, hey, I'm traveling to the forest. You see a fairy dragon. Oh, it's blue, it's red, it's gold. Wait a second. Let me look in my monster book and figure out what I'm dealing with. No, it's not going to happen. You just are going to deal with this semi-invisible creature. It will appear, disappear and literally screw with you. So that's a cool thing about it. It's literally a very tiny dragon. And the picture I'm looking at is a blue one, a curl tail, elongated face, beautiful butterfly wings, elongated talons, and from the picture, it's on a branch of a tree, and it's small. I'm sorry, tiny, which means, you're going to deal with a lot of crap from this little guy. Do I like it? Absolutely. If you have a game in the Fey world, that is the one you should use or try to use. It's one hell of a creature. It's not very strong. It's a challenge rating of 1, but strength has nothing to do with story. Okay, you could be strong as hell and fail, or you could be weak as hell, have a great story, and then bring this fairy dragon in your game. Very easy. Your party is in the forest or anywhere. In a building, they open up a door, they see a white light, they go through the white light, they're in the Fey, in the Fey realm. And one of these little guys appears. It is chaotic good. Normally, its armor class is 15, hit points 14. The speed is 10 feet, and it flies 60. It's very fast, but walking speed, 10. Its main attribute is dexterity. It has a 20. The lowest attribute is strength, obviously. And then followed by the next strongest attribute is charisma, and then constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and then strength is the last ability that's weak. Skills. This dragon has Arcana +4, Perception +3, Stealth +7. What does that mean? You know what? This little guy is going to be cunning as hell. He's intelligent, or she, and it will do anything to get its way. Food, treasure, trinkets, jewelry, anything. Trying to get information. There you go. Superior invisibility. One of the best attributes from this little guy. As a bonus action, the dragon can magically turn invisible until its concentration ends. Just like a spell. It's very easy. The way concentration works, you need a 10 or over, depending on it. It's situational. But the thing is, you're invisible anyways. You're quickly attuned to it. That's going to be a very low concentration. It's not going to be very difficult for the little guy. And of course, it's up to the DM, situational and so forth, depending on the situation. If there's combat, if there's a lot of things going on, it can blow the concentration. But this guy, that's part of his innate ability. Limited telepathy. Magic resistance. Innate spellcasting. Depending on the age of that little guy, the one I'm looking at right now is blue. So you're looking at major image. So for one day he could cast this major image. And if you're red, the youngest, dancing lights, mage hand, minor illusion. Then you go up in age, you get color spray. If you're orange, yellow, mirror image, green, suggestion. You get spells that are innate, which means Signature Image, for example, the blue one, is a level 3 spell. So its range is 120 feet. What does that mean for the game? Well, a lot of times you can go to the store or go online and buy a translucent scale or circular scale, and it'll show you the range and so forth of these attacks. It's very helpful for your game, and I suggest you have one. That way you'll have it inside to know the range and so forth. But you could pretty much eye it out, look at your combat map or whatever you're using. If you're using Roll20 or you have a map, use the scale, or use the mind's eye. Okay, I can visualize what 120 feet is. So, and it's pretty much an area. The damage effects, 10 minutes. It's an illusion. So it's very, very powerful. Level 3. But gotta remember, this is a challenge rate of 1 creature, 200 XP. And if he's, depending on its age, green, blue, indigo, violet, it's 450. So, there you go. The biggest thing that this creature does, okay, it's called Euphoria Breath. Recharge 5 and 6. And I always go over recharge because recharge, speaking of recharge, water. Euphoria Breath, recharge 5 and 6, and what does that do is you roll a 6-sided and a 5 or 6, it recharges its breath attack. And when it exhales a puff of euphoria gas, one creature within 5 feet, you're gonna get hit. The target must succeed a DC 11 wisdom saving throw. For 1 minute, the target can't take reactions and must roll a d6 to start of each of its turns to determine the behavior during that turn. All right, you roll a 6-sided. Let's say you get a 4, a whopping 4. Target takes no action or bonus action and uses all its movement to move in a random direction. That is a screw you up breath attack. And that's just between a 1 and a 4. If you get 5 and a 6, on a 6-sided, the target doesn't move, and the only thing it can do on its turn is make a DC 11 wisdom saving throw, ending the effect in itself on a success. So there you go. Powerful attacks. It also has innate spell casting. I don't know about you, but color spray is pretty cool. And what does that do? A dazzling array of flashing colored light springs from your hand. Roll a 60-10, and the total is how many hit points of the creature this spell can affect. Creatures in 15-foot cone, again, having that scale is the best thing for you to have. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you are affected in ascending order to their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures and creatures that cannot see. So, that is pretty cool. At higher levels, when you cast a spell, let me see, where was I? Yes. When you cast a spell, a slot 2 level or higher, roll an additional 2d10 for each slot level above 1. So yes, this is very cool. Mage Hand. Yeah, I love Mage Hand. Mage Hand is very cool. It's 1 action, 30 feet of range. Components, verbal, somatic. Duration a minute. School conjuring. Damage effect, nothing. Attack save, none. A floating hand appears at one point. You choose within range. The hand lasts for a duration or until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes itself never more than 30 feet away from you, or it can cast this, or if you can cast a spell again. You can use your action to control the hand. You can use a hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, to retrieve an item from an open container, or something. You can do minor things with it, for example. The hand can attack, activate magic weapons, or carry more than 10 pounds. So it's very, very cool to have. For those of you watching, just know that we're talking about the fairy dragon, and the fairy dragon is a cool creature for once. I've been having a roll of bad creatures, and like the other one, the Atin, which I just did, that dude with the 2 heads, orc heads, you know, if you're female, you have 2 females' heads. If you're male, you have 2 male heads, and you're a giant. It's a cool creature. It looks cool, but it's kind of boring. I like this little dragon guy. This fairy dragon is very cool. Super invisibility. That is a key power that this thing has. It can blink, boom, 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 disappear. You will never know what will happen with you. Yeah, my little creature, Charlie, my cat, is saying hello. Anyways, that's all we have for you tonight. We went over 2 creatures, and here's my other one. Come here, Charlie. Come here. Come on, Charlie, say hi. Come on. All right, here's my cat. A beautiful cat, Charlie. Yeah, say hi, say hi. Beautiful cat, Charlie. She's a turtle shell. She is awesome. And she's my little creature. She's my little D&D partner. Right? Right? Girl, yeah. All right. Let's put Charlie down. I'll be back for DM Talk. We're going to talk about a lot of things on DM Talk. So just can't wait to see you. Twitch, hold on. I'm coming back. I'm coming back at 11:45 tonight, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. Facebook, stay with us. YouTube, stay with us. Rumble, stay with us. We will be back. Well, trying to say goodbye, but my cat's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. This is my cat. Powers. Hey, show your power. Show the power. Anyways, yeah. I'll see you guys at 11:45 Central for DM Talk. We have a lot to talk about tonight. It'll be fun. Join us. Hang in there. Just hang in there for 15 minutes, and I will return. Charlie, say bye. Bye-bye. Let's put her down. All right.